Okay, hi. This is Phil Burton from Barrel Builders. Right now we're going to do a short trial of a Zinfandel. It's an ongoing thing. We test our barrels with different wines. This is an Alexander Valley Zinfandel that Trioni Vineyards did for us. We have one done in Hungarian or Eastern European oak and one done in French oak. And both wines have been in a barrel with something like 18 months before bottling, and this is 2012, so this ought to be a good wine and ready to drink.
Hi, I'm David from Barrel Builders. I'm North Coast sales rep and here to taste.
Tim Dolvin, winemaker for Peter Francis Wine Company and also sales rep for Blue Pacific, and I am just here to taste.
It's good. Okay. So anyway, this is Eastern European and French oak here, and after 18 months in barrel, the differences should be pretty substantial. Well, David, got any thoughts?
Yes, the French oak, I think it has a lot more fruit expression on it. The Eastern European seems to have a little bit more of a spice on it. Very nice concentrated fruit. What are your thoughts?
Good. I think the same. There's a spiciness here in the Eastern European oak and the sweetness, but I prefer at least the nose of the French oak a little bit. It seems to help the fruit a little bit. It's pretty wine. Tim, what do you think? Is the Zinfandel man?
Pretty dramatic differences between the two barrels. I think on the nose, I probably prefer the French. To me, it actually almost suppresses the fruit a little bit, the French. I get more of the barrel character with a nice, lively, bright acidity showing through and everything, but it almost seems a little bit more barrel influenced than actual wine influenced. The Eastern Hungarian barrel, Eastern European barrel shows a lot more complexity, richness, and depth. And I kind of like the darker characteristics that the European barrel brings to the overall blend.
We did quite a few cases of this wine, and we have poured it from Walla Walla to San Diego for different, typically professional things. When times when people do not know which is which, in Walla Walla in Eastern Washington, the Hungarian oak or the Eastern European oak was preferred. We poured it down here, the French oak was preferred. We poured it down in Paso Robles, and the Eastern European was preferred. In San Diego, I believe it was back to the French oak again. So the differences, though pretty marked for what people say, tastes seem to be different in different areas or different palate styles. So it's been an interesting experiment all the way along. Maybe we should pour them together.
Actually, both of them, from what I've been talking to winemakers, they either seem to like one and not like the other one as much. The French oak, at least in the Sonoma area with Zin producers, they typically have liked the French oak. It's been my response, or has been my
But again, as you see the differences, Tim is a Zinfandel guy. I mean, he's been making Zinfandel for a lot of years, so his opinion carries a lot of weight.
As a Zinfandel winemaker, I would actually go, in this particular tasting, I would favor the Eastern European barrel by like the complexity that the Eastern European barrel brings. If I was going to pick a barrel for my own program at this point, I would be going Eastern European.
Actually, I agree with you today. I mean,
as a first.
Other times we've done this, it's not necessarily as a first, but the Eastern European, just a little more about it is, we used to sell barrels strictly from Hungary. But if you look at the Hungarian oak that was considered the best is from the north of Hungary, and that supply is not large enough to fill the market. But if you stand on the tops of the hills in the Zemplén forest and the area around there where the best oak comes from, that same terrain moves over into Ukraine and over. So we get some wood from Ukraine, and some of the Baltic lumber, very similar at all. So from the tighter grain, the hillside growing regions rather than the flats. Okay, so one of the things you like to do is, since the variation is such that in one tasting one or the other seems to be a clear favorite, and it goes back and forth quite a bit. What we thought we might do is try to get the best of both possible worlds here by blending about a 50-50. And
Now I'm going to differentiate a little bit because my own palate preference here leans more towards the Eastern European barrel. So I really think it probably only needs about a 25% addition of the French oak to get the flavor profile that my own palate would be searching for. So see what we come up with on that.
Well, I think I overdid it and poured 51%, so.
part of the fun of winemaking, you do that.
And I think I've hit a home run. So 100% new wood, 75% Eastern European, 25% French. A winner.
Okay.
Actually, I think I would agree with that.
Here's to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for looking